Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Yesterday we were told that Hanan and his co-accused were released because the state dropped all charges. Then they were immediately rearrested. What is happening? You are the legal person. Is there a strategy or what actually is there?
Kojo, let me start by saying that the Attorney General is empowered under Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution to withdraw criminal matters before the court. If you may recall, when this government assumed office in the early days, about the first 8 to 9 months, the Attorney General withdrew over 10 high-profile cases that were at various stages of prosecution. And it may interest you to know that that singular act alone resulted in Ghana losing over 10 billion Ghana cedis. Because you take the Segleme housing matter, Honorable Collins Dauda and some other persons were standing trial for over 200 million euros. The Current Bank of Ghana governor was standing trial. The former Cocoa Board CEO, Stephen Opuni, was standing trial. The Kwabena Dufour matter that the Attorney General informs us that there was some plea bargain of some sort. So if you put all these cases together and several others together, the nation lost over 10 billion Ghana cedis as a result of the various withdrawals made by the Attorney General in court. And so it is within the purview and the ambit of the Attorney General's office to withdraw matters. However, you see, the state's decision to withdraw charges only to rearrest Hanan few hours later raises serious questions about due process and the use of prosecutorial power. Because what happened yesterday in court clearly raises the impression, or gives the impression that the government is trying to abuse their discretion to prosecute individuals. And the pattern is quite worrying. It may interest you to know that as we speak, Hanan is still in Yoko's custody. This is a person who was arrested in the early days of 2025 for allegedly committing some criminal offenses. He was arrested by Yoko. He was detained for over 30 days. He was granted bail, but subjected to unreasonable conditions to the tune of about 200 million Ghana cedis together with the wife. It took them forever to be able to meet the bail condition. They had to actually go to the court to vary the bail terms for them, and so on and so forth. Midway down trial, the Attorney General tells us that they have discovered fresh evidence. You see, this brings us to the question of how investigations are conducted in this matter. Kojo, I am of the humble opinion that the entire oral scheme was rushed. All the investigations were rushed because you take the Kwabena Dubois matter, for instance. Clearly, from what is happening in court, you could clearly see that the investigations were rushed. You take the Hanan case, for instance, the investigations were rushed. Today, we are being told that they didn't even have any authorization from the court to write on Hanan's home. What lawyers call the graffitis, to write on the home of the person that this house is under investigations by Yoko or whatever. That red paint they used to write on people's building. They didn't have any legal authority to do that. It came up in court. They were trying to smuggle in, I am being told, a particular witness statement, which was also struck down by the court. And so if you put the pieces of events together, comes to but one irresistible conclusion that this government rushed every single investigation. I have said times without number that I am not against accountability. The New Patriotic Party, our flag bearer, is not against accountability. We are of the position and the opinion that any person who has served in any governmental position and is suspected to have committed any criminal offense ought to subject himself to the due processes of the law. However, the law safeguards the right of such accused persons or such suspects. The law requires that these persons are subject to fair trial, are innocent until proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. But today, the jurisprudence of our criminal justice system has changed. Today in Ghana, rule of law has become rule of discretion. And the right to innocence until proven guilty has become guilty until proven innocent. Today in Ghana, people are pronounced guilty until proven innocent. Because you have an attorney general of the realm who, before filing charges in the court of law, comes to the media gallery, comes to the public to pronounce guilt on the part of suspects, on the part of accused persons, even before filing charges. You have an attorney general whose modus operandi is to pre-conscientize the Ghanaian people, even before going to court, is to call people criminals, even before going to court. Let's be clear in this case. It is only a court of competent jurisdiction that has the power, that has the authority by law to determine the guilt of accused persons. But today, is that the situation in Ghana? That is not the situation in Ghana. That is not the situation in Ghana. And this is not about Hanan or any individual. It raises serious concerns about the weakness and the reoccurrence of the political weaponization of law enforcement agencies, which is gradually creeping into our criminal justice system. I think that justice today has become a tool for political convenience. And so, Kojo, let us tread cautiously. Politicians, we can do our politics. Let us not try to do politics with our criminal justice system. Let us not try to use bail as punishment. That today you arrest somebody, keep the person in custody for 30 days, arrange the person in court. During midway through CMC, you withdraw charges, re-arrest the person there and there, take him into Yoko's office or Yoko custody, and fail to grant him bail. What is this?
Thank you.
This cannot be rule of law. This can only be rule of discretion. And this is improper. This is improper. And Kojo, let us all, as I land, let us all come together as Ghanaians to condemn the weaponization and the politicalization of our law enforcement agencies. It is not the best for this country.
I'm grateful to you. Tanko Computer. Now, I remember last year when the Attorney General addressed Ghanaians, he said this had come after a painstaking investigation. So yesterday when that thing happened, I asked, what happened to the painstaking investigation? Didn't they find what they found now?
Would you? Counsel is an officer of the court.
Yeah.
He knows that. And he knows what to do. If he sits here and say people should not do what they are doing, they are weaponizing their discretionary powers or what against
weaponizing bail.
Good. He knows what to do. When Yoko charged Hanan with that bail bond, the 200 million he's talking about, didn't they go to the court to vary it again? They know the path to it. He's an officer of the court. He should be educating us here. But he's doing politics. He's not speaking law. You see, I get fatigued in discussing matters of corruption when it comes to MPP officials and other things. For them, they didn't even fear God. They chased people to court to arrest them. I don't know whether you were not in this country. Were you in this country? You should have asked him. Your government were chasing people in court, even in front of God, to pray to God, to their God. You wanted to arrest them in front of God.
So they were chasing people in the church?
In the church.
Okay.
That's why they were doing it. You see, so for you, your government should stop talking about matters of this nature. You see,
who was chased in the church anyway?
Chikata. He was in court praying. They didn't even fear God. This is what they were doing. And you saw what they were doing. They could use even to the extent, look, the then minority or majority leader got the Supreme Court less than 2 hours to empanel people to get judgment for him. You are an officer of the court. What did you say about it? For the first time in the history of Ghana, where somebody, because the person was a member of your party, got the highest court in their land, within 2 hours of filing, got the whole bench to empanel to sit on his matter and got a favorable judgment for himself. What did you do about it? Look at how you scammed this country for 8 years. The things that you are talking of, when the Leonard Attorney General came in and then entered nolli prosequi on these matters that you mentioned, opponent and other things, for 8 damn good years, were you able to prosecute them? You were wasting their time in court because you have no evidence against them. 8 damn good years. We are not ready to use 8 years to prosecute your people. We are not going to use 8 years to do that. That is why the Attorney General is painstakingly going through this matter. And that is why they said, look, we have uncovered new evidence. As they were doing prosecuting them, we have used their own people who have given us enough evidence about the issue at stake. And that's why they entered the nolli prosecution yesterday and rearrested them. I'm happy he mentioned that it's legal. We are learning from you. We are students of law. We are not learning from you. But the way you are speaking, we have some of the time we have to be careful with what we learn. When you hear people on TV, you know it's illegal. To what he did, was it illegal? Mm-hmm. It wasn't illegal. So why are you trying to pontificate that something illegal was happened yesterday?
His point is about when the AG comes to the public,
yes,
talks about ABCD, and to him sort of tries to even criminalize the person.
Is it the first time you are seeing that?
And again, this AG says, "Oh, we have preferred these charges after a painstaking investigation."
I'm saying that.
Turn around to have this.
Is it the first time we are doing this? Is it against our legal system in this country, or under our criminal jurisprudence in this country? Is it illegal for an attorney general to come and brief the general public about the status of case that he's prosecuting in court? Is it illegal? Is the point to us which part of the Constitution that the Leonard Attorney General has done something against? There's nothing like that. And I'm saying that, look, my brother, this is even the beginning. We are just starting. We are warming up. You see, the PDS matter too is coming up. The kind of thing these people did against this country, I'm sure they should have been organizing pastors and imams to be praying and apologizing on your behalf. It's terrible. It's too bad.
So
do you know the amount of money involved in this matter?
Which
Look,
one?
the amount of money that they are pursuing under the buffer stock. That money that we are talking, you are going to talk about economy alone. See the big push we are doing another thing. Let me even...
How much is being pursued under the Hanan case?
78 million or so.
Over 70 million.
Over 78 million.
It's not a small money. Give me just 1 million. Do you know what I can do for my rural telephony under my agency? My rural communities, even some of your people came requesting. Their community, they don't have network.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once you mention, please.
Yes.
My whole constituency, Hunter West.
Hunter West.
Our network is terrible.
Good. Thank you very much.
You have to come and resolve that for us.
And you're
my friend, so you have to resolve it.
Thank you. And somebody is running away with over 70 million of Ghana cedis and want to talk, and you are telling us legality of other things.
You see, you have the money.
I'm saying that, yes, we are all going through the constitutional means. And the president was spot on. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He said it, that we must allow people their due day in court. We should allow the court to go through the due process. Otherwise, we can't just behave as if we are military government. When we say that the people, we have some alleged corrupt activity and bundle them to Msawan. You see, the president was spot on that matter. He doesn't want to interfere in the matter. He said, allow it. Much as people are so much interested in the process. Because people saw negatively. Just go by electoral commission. There is some big hole over there. A big hole. Council is telling us that he's not against people to come and account. Your former finance minister is a fugitive. Over 90-something million dollars used to dig a big hole. The hole is still lying there. The council you are talking, that money is not a small money. If we are able to get all this money back, it will help you and I. It will help us. It will help because when the country is developed, it's not only NDC people who enjoy. You will enjoy. Now the inflation is hovering over less than 4%, 3.2. Are you not enjoying? We have stabilized the CD. Are you not enjoying? Is it only NDC people who are enjoying that? These are the things we are talking of. And so I'm happy. They should chase them one after the other. If they get enough evidence, they should pursue them. We just want, and this time I'm happy that Attorney General was saying, we want to recover first.
All right. Thank you.
See, we recover, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
If you bring it, some have brought, you know that some of their people,
okay,
they secretly brought some of them, they recovered some loot from them. And they mentioned, the Yoko mentioned it, the amount of money they recovered from some of them. And some of them will make sure that they pursue them to the letter to get it. And we are not going to make sure that, look, let me put it on record. Nobody is going to disturb the civil right of any of the people that they are being.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
No, we allow the due process to go through.
Thank you. Tanko.
So long as we were not going to disturb the constitutional dictates in handling matters of this nature. And I'm happy. He just clearly stated it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Ebo Duncan, Bachman.
Ojo, I mean, we all know that corruption has been the bane of our development. So when issues of corruption comes up, at least we should put off or take off our political colors and put on the national colors. Because whether you like it or not, when somebody takes 78 million from government coffers, what it means is that
No, use alleged.
Alleged, yes, it's alleged. It's alleged to have taken 78 million from national coffers. What it means is that possibly the young boy who writes on his stomach when he goes to school because there are no desks in the classroom, or the people who sit under trees to learn because they don't have the structure to sit in, it's as a result of the corruption. Are you getting it? Yeah. So issues of corruption should be taken seriously, and as much as possible, let's be apolitical about it. Let's discuss them dispassionately and objectively. Now, here is the case. They started pursuing the case against Hanan, right? Then, in the course of pursuing the case, they've come out with, or they found new evidence or new information, which requires that they
alter the charges.
They would have to recalibrate their strategy so that they don't go, so that they succeed in prosecuting him. There's nothing wrong with that. If the strategy is to withdraw and rearrest as a way of recalibrating or reconfigure your strategy, it should be done. What we need is the money. And whatever that will take for us to get the money, let's do it. There's no need for you to pursue a case that will not end well when you know that this new evidence can help us to succeed. So for me, there's nothing wrong with that. But
doesn't it feed into the argument of the NPP that this prosecution looks rushed? And that's why we are where we are. Because when they said that, they said no. But today, we've got to a point where the AG says, we have to...
Kojo, if you are dealing with alleged criminals,
okay,
they are very smart people. Sometimes you might think you have done all the investigation.
Okay.
But you see that by the time you get to the middle of the case, new information will come. But as to whether you will consider it or not, it depends on you. In this case, they are going to consider it because they know it's going to be very, very strong evidence to support their case. So why don't you drop the first one and rearrest so that we can pursue this one to succeed? Okay. For me, that should be it. But my major problem, you see, Kojo, whether you like it or not, the kind of legal and judicial architecture we have currently as a nation can never help us to succeed in this fight against corruption.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes,
why do you say so?
Okay,
let me some successes.
Yes, I mean, look at the percentage of successes. I mean, take Auditor General's report, for example, the money that we lose every year. Look at the corruption cases, high-profile corruption cases that come up every year, and look at how much we've been able to recover as a nation from these things. The reason why I'm saying, look, Kwesi cited the example of the issue of nolle prosequi. And he said something that was quite interesting. He said it's only the court that can determine whether someone is guilty or not, right? But he ended up saying that the nation lost 10 billion. On what basis did the nation lose the 10 billion? When the court had not, determined the case. Are you getting the point I'm making?
They are talking about the monies involved.
So you shouldn't say the state lost 10 billion.
But you just said Hanan is being pursued for 70-something million.
Listen to what I'm saying. I've not said the state has lost that amount.
What difference does it make?
It makes a difference because it's the court that should determine whether the person is guilty. So if the court determines the person is guilty, then you can say that the 10 billion was indeed, because you made an allegation against someone. The case goes through court for 8 years.
Yes.
You couldn't recover the money. You couldn't also put the person behind bars.
What do they say? They say the wheels of justice grind slowly, not so.
So 8 years after 8 years, per Attorney General's report, they didn't have enough evidence against them. So that is why he entered no prosecution. But the point I'm making is that if you say the state lost 10 billion, on what basis are you saying that? Because then that is a very emphatic statement. The state lost 10 billion. I'm saying that it's the court that will be able to determine whether somebody is guilty or not. If the court has not determined whether the person is guilty, you can't say the state lost 10 billion.
Then is it also fair in the same argument that the Attorney General would mention the houses of some alleged people to say they used stolen money to buy?
So if they go to court, it's like if they go to court and the court says no, the person didn't see the money, the person goes scot-free.
You've already put the house in dispute, not so.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the statement that the state, you need to get the point I'm making. He made an emphatic statement that due to the no prosecution that were entered by the Attorney General, the state lost 10 billion.
Okay.
And I'm saying that if he, per his own statement, and per what he said in respect of rule of law, it is the court that should be able to determine whether someone is guilty or not. So on that score, I don't think that statement was fair to say that that presumes that the people were guilty
before being proven
of the offense. That's why the state lost that money.
Okay.
So, but you see, I think I made a statement anyway asking why. I said I don't think the current legal architecture or the judicial architecture we have is effective in combating corruption. And the reason is very simple. We have a situation where cases run 7-8 years in court. Look at the number of cases that have come up. These are high-profile political cases. I've just mentioned Auditor General's report, the kind of cases that we have in them. If one case should run 7-8 years in court, how many cases are you going to be able to prosecute? Even in the lifetime of the people who are being accused. Are you getting it? That is why we need to design. We need to design a procedure that would be able to resolve cases in 6 months, 1 year. Are you getting the point? Especially high-profile political criminal cases. You should be able to 6 months, 1 year, you should be able to determine whether the person is guilty or not. But if the case should run, and the court system is that the lawyers know how to, if you like, manipulate the system to cause delays and just to, prolong the cases in court. And this persistent, delay clearly shows we have certain weaknesses in our legal system that is undermining our fight against corruption. The earlier we looked at it and make things better, the better would it be for us. Because whether we like it or not, corruption has been the bane, has been our nemesis as a nation. The figures that we hear, if national service issue, what we've heard about national service issue is anything to go by. If what you've heard about 13th All-African Games is anything to go by. If what we've heard about Mustafa Ahmed issue and all the cases that have come up, if they are anything to go by, and the cases are going to run 8 and 7 years in court, how are we going to succeed in retrieving this money? So within 1 year, you should be able to finish cases, high-profile cases. If the person is guilty, let the person suffer the consequences thereof. If the person is not guilty, let the person go scot-free. That should be the way forward if we really want to succeed in this fight against corruption. I don't think the rate at which we are moving will succeed in recovering the amount of money we want to recover and even punish the kind of the people the way we want to punish them. I don't see things clearly in this the kind of system we have.
Kwesi?
Kojo, see, colleagues here have said, I don't want to say they've said a lot of nothing, but in all sincerity, all what they are trying to do is to play politics with the matter. I'll take it one after the other. Ebo accuses me of saying that the state
has challenged with your 10 billion loss.
The state, were we not in this country when the respected Honorable Ablakwa, our current foreign minister, on a national platform for the first time, secondly, within the presence of Parliament representing the good people of his constituency, boldly claimed that the NPP appointees have looted over $21 billion. That if this government comes to power, if his government comes to power, they were going to retrieve $21 billion from former NPP appointees. Didn't that happen in this country? I am only making the point that the persons, the total amount of monies involved in the cases that the AG filed nolle prosequas in results to the tune of over 10 billion Ghana cedis. That is simply my point. I haven't convicted anybody here like the respected AG does. I haven't said so. I am only giving you a nominal figure of the monies involved. No. That is why I went on to break down the various,
but monies. The state has lost.
I was quiet when you were speaking, without due respect.
I mean, let's be fair to
and so that is I'm referring to the monies involved. Kojo, Honorable Rashid Tanko should respectfully take his time when he is speaking on some of these criminal matters. To say that the NPP scammed Ghanaians, I think that is an unfortunate statement. And it's a statement that the NPP takes exception to. Because Honorable lacks the moral right to say that NPP scammed Ghanaians. He lacks the moral right. And if there is anybody within the NDC who can say that NPP scammed Ghanaians, it shouldn't be Honorable here. It shouldn't be him. When we have opportunity like this and we are speaking to the Ghanaian people, let us choose our words carefully.
But he is a Ghanaian who has the right to speak on these matters.
You can disagree. Yes, he has the right to speak on these matters. But like I'm saying, he lacks the moral locus to say that the political party, the NPP political party, scammed Ghanaians. He lacks the moral locus to do that. He shouldn't do that. It should be the last time he does that. He should never say that anywhere again, that NPP scammed Ghanaians. I have a lot of respect for him, and so he shouldn't say that again anywhere. Kojo, on the Yoko recoveries, the president announced during the State of the Nation's address, the message of the State of the Nation's address, that Yoko had recovered some 600 million Ghana cedis. You recall that after the president made that statement, I filed an RTI with Yoko to demand for the breakdown of the recovery. Still date, Yoko hasn't responded to my RTI. I have currently dragged Yoko to the RTI Commission because you claim you have recovered 600 million Ghana cedis from ORA. Bring us the breakdown. Let us know the people you recovered the monies from. Let us know the cases in which you recovered the monies from. Let us know the account in which the 600 million recovered proceeds were paid into. Till today, Yoko has still not responded to my RTI. They have still not responded to my RTI. So this points to but one irresistible conclusion in that they have recovered zero. Honorable repeats the same. You see, because I have a lot of respect for him, I keep addressing him as Honorable. Honorable refers to the same thing and says that most of the NPP former appointees have nicodemously returned some of what he describes as the loot. It is untrue. Honorable here should mention one single person, one single appointee of the NPP who has returned anything to the government. He should mention only one person here. Only one person here before we close the issue. Only one. No single NPP appointee has returned any single thing. Because we reject the position that any of our members looted state funds. You see, colleagues here speak and then they reference the Auditor General's report. Kojo, were we not in this country just last week when the Auditor General published some details in their report regarding to the procurement director of the Ministry of Defense that he was paying himself so many millions of Ghana cedis every year as wages and salary? Were we not in this country? Were we not in this country when they backtracked on that and apologized to the man to say that it was an error? And so the Auditor General's report in itself is not a conclusive document that determines the guilt or anything of anybody. And so when we are speaking on some of these matters, let us tread cautiously. My caution, which I still stand by, is that let us not try to weaponize law enforcement agencies against political opponents.
But because if you
let us not do that.
If you said let us not. If you said
let me land on this point. Then your question comes in. Let the impression not be created that the government is using its prosecutorial authority under Article 88 to witch hunt members of the former government. Let that impression not be created. Because if you assume office and you use your powers under Article 88 to withdraw every single matter that has to do with members affiliated to your political party and arrest people, remand them, or keep them in custody for over a month, over 30 days, impose unreasonable bail conditions on them, fast forward, arrange them before court, address the public to describe them as criminals, to describe them as thieves, to destroy their reputation, to injure their reputation within the eyes and minds of right-thinking members of society. And midway down during case management conference, you say you have withdrawn the charges because you have obtained fresh evidence. It comes back to my point that the entire investigations surrounding Hanan's matter, Eduboah's matter also, were rushed. Yoko did not do a very diligent job with those investigations. And it is at the middle of trial that the AG himself has realized that he was deceived by the investigators. In any serious jurisdiction, investigators would be facing consequences and sanctions for misleading the Attorney General because you are prosecuting using state resources. And you go into a prosecution 1 year down the line, 365 days down the line, you come back to tell the good people of this country that the very person I announced to you that is a criminal is not a criminal, and I have withdrawn charges against him because I am now beginning to see the realities in the matter. And it is not conclusive also that the new evidence that the AG tells us that he has uncovered carries any material weight. It is not conclusive.
Okay.
It is only the word of the Attorney General. So, Kojo, as I land, I am not against holding anybody accountable. I am against using the law as a tool for political convenience, manipulating the law. And let me tell Rashid here that I am not one of those who will be gaslighted with some of the saying that you are a lawyer, you are an officer of the court, you are this, you are... No, those gaslighting doesn't work on me. It doesn't work on me at all. Let's speak to the facts. Let's speak to the issues. Okay. The point is that your government has weaponized law enforcement agencies. Your government is using justice as a tool for political convenience. Your government is only pursuing members affiliated to the opposition government. Your government is using the law to silence political opponents. Your government...
But because if it's government, there's not been one person who's been alleged to have engaged in corruption.
And I'm telling you that there are several persons who are standing trial at various stages.
Right.
When they came in, what did they do about it?
Thank you. I'm grateful.
What did they do about it?
Okay.
Counsel, see, if you understand who Tanko computer is, people don't teach me how to speak, how to use. If you have anything against me, you know what to do. If you have anything against me, you see me like that, I'm a free person, free-minded. If you have anything, you can say it, or you know the right place to go. If you think computer did something or something, you know the right place to go, and you know what to do. I'll use anything. I'll repeat it and continue to repeat it. If you hadn't scammed this country, you think you would have gotten 38%. That's why they voted against you people. And I'm saying that if you have anything against me, you think that I don't have any moral right to use the word scam, you know the place to go, where to exact your right and make sure that that right accrue to me, that moral right accrue to me, you can take it away from me. You are an officer of the court. You know what to do.
Why are you referring?
I'm saying that.
Why are you referring to 38 when it's 40?
Oh, my brother. Well, look, don't forget, I'm still a deputy director of elections, and I prosecuted the elections. And I know the figures very well.
Hey.
And I was the forefront. And when it comes to election, don't come there. I know what I'm talking about. These people, Ghanaians by their nature, today, if you conduct election, if they get 30%, say they've tried. With this kind of their posturing, who will vote for them?
Okay.
Look, let's face it. When we are talking about matters of this nature, and they say we are weaponizing the court, are you aware of NAFCO case? The case that was being prosecuted. For over 4 years, the murder trial went through. The judge adjourned the case to give his judgment. On the day of delivering the judgment, your Attorney General went to court and withdrew the matter and rearrested NAFCO again. What are you to say about it? What are you to say about it? The learned Attorney General then, Godfrey Dami, withdrew the matter when judgment was about to be delivered. Rearrested the gentleman. Even when the gentleman was given a bail, what did you people do? You refuse. You refuse to allow him to go. We're in this country. We are yet to go to that path. We will not go that path at all. We will not tread that path we went. But we are saying that, look, we are learning. We are all learning. We are all students of the law. Fortunately, you are there. And you understand this thing better. When you say things like this, as they were weaponizing the state security against our opponents, give us an example. Who have we gone using the state apparatus to illegally arrest or detain the person without going through the due process? All these things. Why are we still traversing this matter in court? If it were to be some of the things that happened under your regime, I don't think we would have been where we are today. We don't think we would have been where we are today. But what have we seen? What have we seen? Today you file this thing, they'll go and file a case today. Tomorrow the lawyers will come with a different matter. They'll come with issues upon issues. And since the whole thing is delaying the whole processes. But that is the law. That is the process. We have to go through it. And so if the Leonard Attorney General haven't seen that the first one they filed against him, they've uncovered a fresh evidence, which they think with those ones, it will give them fair trial, and then they will have their day in court. So this matter will not traverse this long period that you also had for 8 years. You couldn't do any better prosecution. Wasted state resources, chasing them just because they were NDC appointees. We wouldn't go that path. We are not going to go 4 or 8 years on that thing. Of course, we are going to be in government after 2028. We'll continue to be in office, but we'll make sure that we'll get a proper prosecution and we'll get judgment on this matter before we even go to 2028 elections. That is what we are going to do because Ghanaians are waiting for it.
What if the judgment don't go in your favor?
Oh, but that is a court. It's a court. Okay. We can't do anything about it. If the court decides that, look, these people are not guilty, the NDC will accept it because we respect the judiciary. We respect them. We have respected a lot. We lost a lot of high-profile cases in court under our regime here.
Okay.
Look at the Pandai issue. We lost it. We accepted it in good faith. We lost the Suhum case. We lost it. This is a high-profile case that we're pursuing. We respected the decision of the court. We are respected of the law. We are not a bunch of illegal people who will just sit down and say that we will respect the court decision and therefore the court can go to hell. The NDC will not do that. The NDC will not do that. So I can assure you, what we are doing is that we will make sure that we respect the liberties of everybody in this country. We respect it. And we'll make sure that they go through the right process. But I'm saying, Kojo, I am here and I'm very clear in my mind that the learned Attorney General will not do anything against the alleged people that he's sending to court. He will not do anything against their civil liberties or all that. He will make sure that they will be given fair trial They'll be given, in fact, they have the best of lawyers. I know, MPP. They have one of the best brains in this country.
Okay.
I've learned under some of them. Some of them are my lecturers, and I know who they are.
Okay.
And they are representing some of these people. So what is their fear?
Okay.
If you have such best brains representing you in court, what is your fear?
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Yeah, could you? I think when I said Kwesi made a mistake by saying that the state lost 10 billion, I was right, and he was wrong. And so I don't see why he said I said nothing. I'm not here to say nothing. I'm here to say something, and I said something, and I proved to you that you were wrong to say that a lawyer saying that the state lost 10 billion when the court has not made decision. But could you let me explain this? This issue of one is innocent until is proven guilty. Let me explain for people who don't know law. I'm not a lawyer to understand it. But if I steal your phone right now, if after this program I steal your phone, I run away with your phone, I've not stolen your phone until the court says I've stolen your phone. If I steal your phone from your pocket right now and I go, I've not stolen your phone unless the court says I've stolen your phone.
But if I catch you and take it from you,
first
call.
Yes, so if you catch me, take from me, you get your phone back.
Yeah.
But if I go with it, I've not stolen your phone until the court says I've stolen your phone. What it means is that we know people who have stolen, but because court has not said they have stolen, they have not stolen. That's what it means. So that issue, we need to make it clear for people to understand that, yes, that is the meaning of one is proven innocent, one is innocent until he's proven guilty by the court. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
So even if you know someone who, before his party came to power, who could not buy car tie or rent a single room, in the 4 years that his party came to power, the person has mansions, about 5 cars in his house. He's not stealing any money unless the court says he has stolen money. Are you getting the point I'm making? Yeah. Even though you know that Kwesi or Kweku or Kojo, you know the kind of work you do. Even your 20-year salary untouched cannot even buy the kind of house you are living in. But the person has not stolen unless the court says so. That's what it means. But you see, I want to tell this government, Ghanaians are more interested in this oral thing than in rate of inflation.
Okay. All right.
Ghanaians are more interested in how we are going to prosecute people to either recover and put them behind bars than the rate of interest or the lending rate at the bank.
All right.
So please, if you are going to handle this oral issue, make sure that you handle it well to the satisfaction of Ghanaians. Because one of the reasons why Ghanaians voted massively for this government is because of the oral.
Okay.
We've suffered for too long in this country. People have stolen from this country. We've suffered as a nation because of corruption. Look at our hospitals, look at our roads, look at our schools. Because certain individuals, when they get opportunity to serve this country, they put straw into our resources and siphon the resources for their personal gains. And that has been the nemesis of this country in terms of our quest to develop.
Thank you very much.
Before we go, quick one.
If he comes
you
again,
can have your time, no problem. I'm seeking permission from the chair. You are not the chair. You are not the chair.
I'll give you 30 seconds. Tanko says that I should give you 30 seconds. He won't even speak to it.
No, Tanko cannot decide.
He says
no, you are the chair.
I know, but he won't speak to it. Go on.
But you see, then I'll use the 30 seconds to respond to Tanko. Tanko looks like he has a reckless disregard for the truth. You corrected him when he mentioned that the MPP got 38% in the last election. You corrected him. He shouldn't do that. Tanko, you are one of the first people that the next MPP government will come after. So when you are speaking, I'm ready for you. Speak very well. I'm here. Because if you are one of the first people that we are going to come after. If the MPP comes to power today, we will come after you. We will come after you. Why are we not in this country? Why are we not in this country? Now you're asking the question. You said no. The chair. It's saying that. No. So you request for 30 seconds. To say what so my 30 seconds is not. They have spent my 30 seconds. They told me 30 seconds. They owe me my 30 seconds. I haven't landed. I haven't landed. I am making my point. Your premises for I am making my point. I am making my point.
Gentlemen, please.
Let me finish my point. Then you can come in. No, we are cool. We are cool. Let me make my point.
30 is gone.
No, let me make my point.
I have only 10 minutes. I have to talk about the BOG.
But you come back to
let's talk about BOG.
Before we go into BOG.
Let's talk about BOG. We have only 10 minutes. Now it's even 8 minutes.
That's fine. Before I'll go into BOG.
I'll give you just 2 minutes.
I'll use just 1 minute to deal with the BOG matter.
Okay.
Let me go to the most important point. You see, Tanko repeatedly says that we have scammed, MPP have scammed Ghanaians. I want to let, should I say former doctor or doctor?
That is all that you want to say. That's why you want to say. That's all that you want to say. But we are free to say.
But I want, I'm asking you a question. But I want I want you to know that we will not take those remarks from you. The MPP will not take those remarks from you. I have no
problem with that. If you accept or not, that's my problem.
Because if you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones.
Which of the glasses? So you see your problem. That's why I'm saying that. You see, why do you have to wait for another 30 years before you can talk about this matter?
Because today your government is in power. Your government is in power, and that is why you are walking around with your chest out and walking around with all form of boldness and temerity to be saying that MPP has scammed Ghanaians. You have the audacity to say MPP has scammed Ghanaians.
Let's go to Bangkok.
Please.
Now, the majority is explaining that if you look at the stability in the economy, there had to be a cause for it.
We have a long way to go.
The negative equity you guys speak about is the reason why the economy has stabilized. Kwesi, let me start with you again, because this is, you are alleging something. The majority is saying that if you look at the economy is so good that what the Bank of Ghana has been able to do, it should account for the loss that they've incurred.
You see, we are not alleging.
I'll give you 2 minutes.
We are not alleging. Kojo, the premise is that it was the majority that came out to tell us that the BOG has made some 15.6 billion losses. But let me start from the premise that the majority announcing the audited financial statement of the BOG in itself is an illegality. Because if you look at Section 58 of the BOG Act, it is not the job of the majority caucus of Parliament to announce the audited account of the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah, that's true.
The sequence, the law provides for a precise sequence for which the BOG ought to follow to announce its financial audited statement or its audited account. And the law is that, if you look at Section 58(1) of the BOG Act, the law is very clear that the audited account must go to Parliament for Parliament to scrutinize BOG, because you know it is Parliament that has an oversight role over the Bank of Ghana.
The majority are in Parliament, not so.
No, but it's Parliament made up of only the majority. The majority is made up of the NDC MPs, members of Parliament representing the NDC party, or persons or MPs in Parliament on the ticket of the NDC. And so the BOG gave their audited accounts to the NDC side of the House in Parliament. But the point here is very clear, that the official 15.6 billion figure understates the real losses of the Bank of Ghana. Why do I say so? And I say so because if, Kojo, you take the recorded losses under comprehensive income, which is 19.3 billion, and also you reverse the 9.6 billion from the gold sales, the total loss of the Bank of Ghana would come to 44 billion Ghana cedis. And that is what we are talking about here. Because this is a government.
If you reverse what?
If you reverse the gold sale, the gold that they sold recently.
Yeah.
If you reverse that sale, that brings us to about 9.6 billion Ghana cedis. And if you add the other comprehensive losses that was made by the bank, it brings the total to 44 billion Ghana cedis. That is what the point I'm making. But you see, this government is very quick. Anytime you raise a red flag about any of its operations, the minority has raised several red flags, including the fact that the BOG currently is now insolvent and that it would take the BOG to print more cash or resort to lenders in order for the BOG to be very solvent. They are policy insolvent now.
What did they insolve?
No, Kojo, I'll come there. But let me just clear this before I lose my thought. Let me just clear this quickly. Anytime you raise a red flag about the actions of this government regarding the economy, they tell you inflation is down. You took inflation from 23% to 5%. That's about 18% difference. And you have made a loss of 44 billion. The previous government, the MPP government, took inflation from 54% to 23%. That is a reduction in 31% difference. Even as we didn't make a loss. We increased our gold reserves from about 8 tons to about 31 tons.
Okay.
We added about 22 tons to our gold reserves. You have added only 7 tons. And you are making very serious losses. Kojo, this is not acceptable.
I'm grateful.
You talk about it, Kojo,
we don't have time.
Kojo,
I'm grateful.
Kojo, these people should give them 30 seconds each. Kojo, you should give them 30 seconds each. You should give them 30 seconds each.
When they incurred the loss and they explained, you said they were incompetent and we shouldn't take it. And you want us to take that? Kojo, stability is why the losses come.
These are the things they do.
Okay.
When I speak, they say they will arrest me when they come to office.
Oh yeah, that's for you. There. As for you, I can promise you for free.
Meanwhile,
no. As for you, I can promise you.
Allow him.
From here, council will go to court. He's always going to court. I always see him there when I go, and we are chasing there. I see him in court. It's one of their legal distance. Why don't you use the court now? You want to wait for some years before you use the court again?
No, because now
it is your people.
It is your people who are in the various law enforcement agencies.
So you see your problem.
And that is why you are very bold.
You know what?
You when we come to power.
Listen, 2022, Bank of Ghana posts 60.81 billion losses.
What was the cost? What was the cost of these losses?
2022.
What were the causes?
You know what?
Oh, allow him. We don't have time. We have 30 seconds.
What were the causes
at that time,
of this loss?
You know the inflation. That was the time these people recklessly sent us to 50-something%. 50-something. Inflation was hovering around that time. Interest rates, another thing, skyrocketed. The country was free flow. It was free flow. So we didn't even know what our head into. Every day, everybody was praying to survive. Because, look, everybody was crying in this country. At that time, do you know what they were doing to stabilize? They were printing this in CDs over there. They were just printing, reprinting, and pre-printing. Now, Bank of Ghana issued a statement. I'm sure Council has not. Have you seen the statement?
I am told.
No, have you seen the statement, Bank of Ghana statement?
Our time is that we have to go for a live broadcast.
you see, you allow Council to get away with it.
I didn't know the live
broadcast. Because he wanted to listen to the facts. He wanted to listen to the facts.
Let him understand that.
Let me understand
what. The losses of
let me understand what. Your bank has made 44 billion losses. It's not a thing to apologize to the government, the people of Ghana. What are you doing?
Kojo, you have built Council. You wanted to get him.
He hasn't built it. You people had your time.
You had nothing about the economy.
You had your time. And you allowed him to say you had your
time. I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far, so good. Say, open online portal, Ghana. Nipa share, Nipa follow, Nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.